Montag is a fireman who burns bulk in a frustrating American city. In Montag's world, firemen start fires rather than putting them out. The people in this society, such as his wife, Mildred, do not read books, enjoy nature, spending time by themselves, thinking independently, or have meaningful conversations. Instead, they drive very fast, watching excessive amounts of television on wall-sized sets, and listening to the radio on seashell radio sets attached to their ears. Montag encounters a gentle 17-year-old girl named Clarice McSalling, who opens his eyes to the emptiness of his life with her innocently penetrating questions and her unusual love of people and the nature. Over the next few days, Montag experienced a series of disturbing events. First, his wife, Mildred, attempts suicide by swallowing a bottle of smelling pills. Then, when he responds to an alarm that an old woman had a stash of hidden literature, the woman shocked him by choosing to be burned alive along with her books. A few days later, he hears that Clarice has been killed by a speeding car. Montag's dissatisfaction with his life increases, and he begins to search for a solution in the stash of books that he has stolen from his own fires and hidden inside an air-conditioned vent. When Montag's failed to show up for work, his fire chief, Betty, pays a visit to his house. Betty explained that it's normal for firemen to go through a phase of wondering what books have to be offered, and he delivers a dizzying monologue explaining how books became too abandoned in the first place. According to Betty, special interest groups and other people object to books that offended them. Soon, books all began to look the same, as readers tried to avoid offending anybody. This was not enough, however, and society as a whole decided to simply burn books rather than permit conflicting options. Betty tells Montag to take 24 hours or so to see if his stolen books contain anything worthwhile and then turn them back in for incineration. Montag begins a long and frenetic night of reading. Overwhelmed by the task of reading, Montag looks to his wife for help and support, but she prefers television to her husband's company and cannot understand why he would want to take terrible risk of reading books. Montag visits Faber, who tells him that the value of books lies in the detailed awareness of life that they contain. Faber says that Montag needs not only books but also the leisure to read them and the freedom to act upon their ideas. Faber agrees to help Montag with his reading, and they conduct a risky scheme to overthrow the status quo. Faber will contact a printer and begin reproducing books, and Montag will plant books in the homes of firemen to discredit the profession and destroy the machinery of censorship. Faber gives him a two-way radio earphone so that he can hear what Montag hears and talk to him secretly. Montag goes home, and soon two of his wife's friends arrive to watch the television. The women discuss their families and the war that is about to be declared in the future. Their superficiality angers him, and he takes out a book of poetry and reads Dover Beach by Matthew. Faber buzzes in his ear for him to be quiet, and Mildred tries to explain that the poetry reading is a standard way for firemen to demonstrate the uselessness of literature. The women are extremely disturbed by the poem and leave a file of complaints against Montag. Montag goes to the fire station and hands over one of his books to Betty. Betty confuses Montag by bragging how him with contradictory quotations from great books. Betty exploits these contradictions to show that literature is dangerously complex, and that it deserves incineration. Suddenly, the alarm sounds, and they rush off to answer the call, only to find that the alarm is at Montag's own house. Mildred gets into a cab with her suitcase, and Montag realizes that his own wife has betrayed him. Betty forces Montag to burn the house himself. When he is done, Betty places him under arrest. When Betty continues to berate Montag, Montag turns the flamethrower on his superior and proceeds to burn him into ashes. Montag knocks the other fireman unconscious and runs. The mechanical hound, a monstrous machine that Betty has set to attack Montag, pounces and injects Montag's leg with a large dose of anesthetic. Montag managed to destroy it with his flamethrower. Then he walks off the now burns in his leg and escapes with some books that were hidden in his backyard. He hides this in another fireman's house and calls in an alarm from a payphone. Montauk goes to Faber's house, where he learns that a new hunt has been put on his trail, along with several helicopters and a television crew. Faber tells Montauk that he is leaving for St. Louis to see a retail printer who may be able to help them. Montauk gives Faber some money and tells him how to remove Montauk's scent from his house so the hound will not enter it. Montauk then takes some of Faber's old clothes and runs off toward the river. The whole city watches as the chase unfolds on TV, but Montauk manages to escape in the river and change into Faber's clothes to disguise his scent. As soon as Montauk crosses the river, these places can no longer find them. In order to keep their reputation, they decide to kill the first person who steps out of their house. Unfortunately, an innocent person was be killed as a scapegoat, and the police just say that, "Hey, everyone says that Montauk has been killed. Everything has done." After crossing the river, Montauk found a special group led by a man named Granger who welcomed him. They are a part of the nationwide network of book lovers who have memorized many great works of the literature and philosophy. They hope that they may be of some help to mankind in the aftermath of the war that's just be declared. Enemy just appears in the sky and completely obliterates the city with bombs. Montauk and his new friends move on to search for the survivor and rebuild civilization.